Tell us more about the coworker that made strange comments at work. Oh my god, John? The John Doe stories? Okay, so for those that don't know, I have a list. I call it the list. And it's essentially anytime someone would say something near me at work, this sounded really stupid, out of context, or in context, I would write it down. All right, here's an example. One time I was on the phone with a customer, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry for bothering you with this. And I tried to say, oh, you're fine, and oh, no problem. But I just like combined it all, and I said, your problem. Not what I meant to do there. Oh, I was talking to someone about their line. I was talking about like a hard line connection, chat, a hard line connection. And I was trying to explain to them that they're like, is this broken? And I was like, I don't know if the line's been installed. I don't know if you've got a hard line online yet. What came out of my mouth was, I don't know, because I don't know if you're hard yet.
My crew is on the verge of a breakthrough.
I said that. I kept my job. Another time. A customer said, I'll call back tomorrow. And I tried to say no problem and thanks at the same time. And I said, okay, no thanks. And I hung up on him. I ended the call with that. I'll call you back. No thanks, click. It's so stupid. This is after the Avengers came out. We were all talking about the Avengers in the office place, and I was trying to describe my favorite scene, and I accidentally described two of the Avengers' names as Thulk and Hor. Little Slisdexia there. One time I answered the phone. Thank you for calling Tech Group. This is Michael. How can I hit you? I don't know why I said that, but I threatened them right off the bat. Are you sure work is doing you good? I mean, this list spans 7 years. These were all spaced very far apart. You know, like, let's see. Okay, here's one. One time I tried to say, oh God. One time I tried to say, looks like you're all set and looks like you're all fixed at the same time. And I told a customer, looks like you're all sexed. That's what came out of my mouth. One of my administrators was talking with a customer. He was remoted into their computer, and I could only hear, you know, I'm in the room with him, so I only hear his end of the phone call, right? I hear him say, it's too big, I'm having difficulty getting it up in there. Bro, what are you doing? He tried to calm a customer down one day, saying, don't worry, this other admin and I are spearheading this from different angles. Not PG, not BG, not PG, not PG. I don't know what he was saying here. He said there is a very high demand for people who have no idea what they're doing. Calls up a customer. Hey, you have that equipment I mailed you, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm looking at it. I am remoted in. Oh, this is a different agency. I'm so sorry. Click. It's freaking yelling at him. Oh, God. This guy. So this guy calls someone, and he's like, hey, I was working with Karen. And they're like, Karen quit. Can I help you? I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this. And he says, oh, it's okay. A bunch of people leave us all the time. Like, dude, you don't say that to people. Holy crap. It's okay. People quit here constantly. Yeah, this guy was not the John Doe from the last story, but this dude was also like super like novice tech support. And one day we're like over his shoulder, we're trying to train him, And I'm like, tell them there's network issues. And he turns around and he's like, it's definitely your wall jack. And I'm like, what the hell? Your wall jack? I told you to tell them it's network issues. Like, it's definitely your wall jack. Just bend over and just look up for an answer. He told someone, keep going. This is the only way I can finish.
My crew is on the verge.
End quote. No, ma'am, I didn't touch your settings except for the settings I touched. End quote. Hold on, I'm doing something on my back end. End quote. One time, and this was a guy, okay? One time he called and accidentally introduced himself as the person he was talking to. Like he calls and says like, "Hi, Jack, this is Anna." She's like, "What? No, I'm Anna."
How may I assist you?
He told someone, "Yes, she was very nice to me, but I sensed seething hatred beneath." One of our techs told someone, "Okay, the short version of your problem is AT&T sucks." I've had that one before. Ma'am, you had 2 graphics controllers controlling the graphics. You're gonna want Exchange. That's the Mac Daddy of email. Oh, here's my administrator. It's not a problem. I'm more than welcome to help. Oh god, this one. Dennis, I just want to clear... Yeah, guys, his name was Dennis. His name was actually Dennis. He goes, "Dennis, I just want to clear this up. You're Dennis." At that point, it was just... We were all looking at him like, what were you trying to say there? Oh, the case of reading off the script too much. Hey, is this Will? Okay, great. What's your name? Yes, ma'am. I don't work in insurance, so I don't know a lot of the words you just said. This was my boss, chat. This was my boss. Oh, God. Okay. This one. All right. This guy, what we did not know was this guy was playing old school RuneScape on his phone in the bathroom and was chopping down trees. He left the bathroom and the first thing he said was, "Dudes, I have so much wood right now." My boss, my direct superior, says that coming out of the loo. That, oh my god, that made the list so hard. Someone was making lunch, and they literally hurt themselves making lunch. And they said, "Oh my god, this hurts so bad. Have you ever had pepper in your eye?" And my boss said, "Dude, I've had tons of weird stuff in my eye." I just read that most of the world is homeless. That's too much people. One time he snapped and he was yelling at a coworker. And I gotta tell you, these guys were, they played video games after hours, okay? This wasn't your typical boss and like employee relationship, right? These guys were really cool. But one day, the coworker, the employee, we'll call him Sam. He's like, "Sam, I swear to God, every day you just log in for 40 minutes and then leave? I'm pretty sure you're never getting better."
If you're homeless, just buy a house, do.
Not PG, not PG, not PG. Oh man, okay, so another thing about my administrator, the guy was like a klepto. He would be wandering the room and would just pick up things and not realizing it and just fiddle with it while he was doing things, and then later be at his desk and be like, "Where did I get this?" He comes over to my desk at one point and he's pacing the room on a cell phone call. And he picks up a chip clip off my desk, my only chip clip, my clip for my chips. And I said, "I don't care as long as you bring that back." 2 seconds later, he comes back and he's like, "Something bad happened." And he's holding a broken chip clip. 2 seconds later. I wrote it down because this guy was a freaking kleptomaniac. He just like walked around, just broke stuff. One person called him Toy Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that stuck for a while. Kyle, our office pizza was $30 because you ordered a ton of meat on it. Kyle, I like the meat. Kyle's talking to someone, and they were playing, like, telephone tag, and I think they said, sorry, I was being hard to get or something. Like, they were just trying to be funny. And he's like, I don't like hard to get, Lori. A customer called. This customer hated us. This customer was like, I have had to call you 5 times this week. Your product, I am having to call you every day. This dude, he didn't last long, chat. He goes, sounds like you call us one too many times. I don't know how in the hell he thought that would help anything. I thought it was funny from the other side of the room, but yeah. I heard someone troubleshooting, and they said, is your headset on your head? Could you please put your headset on your head? One of our techs screamed, I demand you work. Like, I demand you work! And then he realized he didn't have the phone muted, and he's like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I was yelling at the computer. One of our guys at the end of a call said, have a great sir, and just hung up on the guy. He just, dyslexic, I guess. This guy had to explain it to me. I think he was talking about avocados, but I entered a room and heard someone say, my wife likes them mushy, but I like them firm. I think it was about avocados. Sir, you can't do it that way. You're trying to fit a round hole in a square peg. If you don't get it, you don't deserve to. Yes, ma'am, I'm kind of going given as I go get. I thought that guy had a stroke. And finally, I'll end with this one. I'm just glad we were able to get it in there. That's always the hardest part. Thus concludes today's Tales from Tech Support. There you go. There you go. 15 minutes have passed. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I've got like 500 more pages of this stuff.